what to do. There's caffeine on the house, it's active, radioactive. Loving you felt like dying on the operating table, like climbing a ladder till I give up and fall. Like the anesthesia didn't work, and I feel the creation of every scar. Like a movie I'm chained to.
Wait, really quick, guys, I have to tell you about my GoFundMe for my music career. I have a GoFundMe for my music career starting from $0, raising money for ads to grow my audience and to reach record labels. If things grow, then I will eventually be using that money to turn my YouTube demos into full professional real recordings. And help me to go as far as possible. I bet if you guys will do your best to help me and to invest, you guys could probably turn me into the biggest pop star in the world. It's just going to really depend on how much you guys are willing and able to help me. So please do what you can to help, and I love you. Mwah. Bye.
I have 1 penny to buy this iced coffee, but this is everything you gave me. How did you know the gum on the ground was yours if you've never seen it before? There are no refunds for this part of me. Don't forget where you were when we met. I wanted to be liquidated, but they haven't found me yet. I'll spell it out for you when I'm free. There's disrespect in the water and the liquor can.
I'm gonna do a get ready with me. It's like the middle of the night though.
My eyebrows are always crazy. I just never think about it, but like, and I've got the like uncurable dry skin that always like peels off no matter what I do, and then you can see it. So at least if I wear foundation, it's all the same color and you can't see it, but it'll be like super white, the skin that peels off, and then the rest of my skin's like kind of tan, so anyway. You know what I want to talk about? I just saw that video, I think it was on like TMZ, where that really ugly lady, Erika Kirk, no offense, like, that sounds so mean, but also, like, what kind of person, right? I just don't think that people need to be all that, you know? Like, I think people can have a good life where they're at and they don't need to ruin it. That's what I think a lot, okay? That's what I think a lot. A lot. You feel far away. Let's see if we can fix that. There's so many objects in the way. Okay. 1 second. Actually, I'm gonna get water. I'll be back. I did not realize I was not recording for like a minute, okay? I got my water. It has some little decorations. Okay. It has this like heavenly aura that's like, oh, right? Because it's normal water with a little splash of lemonade, but you cannot taste the difference. It just tastes like a little tiny bit better, okay? The tiniest bit better. Like, it tastes more clean, it tastes more fresh. It tastes special. There's a tiny bit of like drink powder in there from earlier, but it's very like, I don't know, special. If my water is not cloudy with like a little bit of lemonade, there's something wrong with that, okay? And if it's cold, it kind of looks that way. So it just looks like cold water, even it is, but yeah. Oh, so I was going to talk about just that Erika Kirk is in some kind of episode apparently out there. Not really my business though, but I don't know what she is. I mean, a person, but I don't know what, like, I don't know what this is. She's in some kind of, well, I guess we know. She was just already out there talking about that brand new thing that apparently less than 1% of the world is calling whiteface. And I don't know, she's like acting like people are attacking her personally doing whiteface. What is that? Like, it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really make sense. Sometimes people have their episodes and they get to put advertisements on their mental health, and like lady is the reason why asylums used to exist, and like, you know, some stuff you just don't have to tell everybody. But like, they can't really do the whole like torture in the insane asylum thing anymore, so she's out in the public, you know. Kind of weird. Ew, why is there ants? What are they even possibly eating? There's like ants on the bathroom counter. Wait, I don't want them to go in my water. What if something happens to my water? No, I'm like, the water has more importance to me than like Erika Kirk. I'm like, ants cannot touch it, like, you know? Even talking about like the bad side of her, I'm like, who fucking cares? I mean, who cares? Because let some of these people be forgotten already. Just let some of these people be forgotten already. Her husband's fame was just like already partially built on like wanting anybody who's not white to like have a really hard time getting a job and stuff. Now he's dead or whatever, right? Okay, dead. But like maybe she killed him or something. What? Like first of all, a little ugly microscopic Erika Kirk out there cares a lot about whiteface publicly for someone pretending to know what it means. like I don't think it really means a lot, but she just seems to like feel like she has to understand the bit herself, right? Like she wants to make sure she doesn't look like she doesn't get it, but like there's really nothing to get, like. So, and it's weird because I saw the video today, but I was just thinking last night about how much of a red flag it is when people want to go back to like colonial times, because there was nothing good about colonial times, right? Especially when they're like super white. If they're not, then like maybe I get it. Maybe you feel like you didn't get to be there in colonial times and like have the like fun experience, like missed out and stuff, right? If you're like not fully white or something. I don't know, guys. It's not, I don't know, but I was thinking about like if people are like fully white and they want to go back to colonial times, do you miss not wearing deodorant, not having money, not having hygiene or showers, not having a bathroom, you have to poop in a hole, you have to dig yourself? Like, do you miss that, or do you miss slavery? Like, it's like the math isn't clicking, because there's a lot that is not really easy to miss about a time where everything was worse, where there was no air conditioning, where everybody smelled bad, where nobody was really happy. They were just forcing themselves through life. I don't even want to see like a history of just like, oh, this is a wagon wheel. They used it in colonial times to like have a horse carry them around or something fucking stupid. Like, why would I want to see that? Like, it's only gonna be the people who had slaves who like invented everything and built stuff or whatever back then. Like, that's stupid. I don't want to see like weird stuff. So I don't really like, whatever. I don't really like people who are so like in the government when they're not a part of the government. Like, how did you become Trump's best friend like immediately after whatever happened? Like, it's not clicking. Like, what were you really doing? How'd you really get there? Is like prostitution how she met the president, or did something else happen? Because if she's throwing out like all these weird things, like the rest of us could just speculate too. So is that how she met the president? Like, what is whiteface? Is it supposed to be like some kind of like racist against white people thing? I don't think that's real. So I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I think it's just carrying on the legacy of putting advertisements on your content to look like you went viral. Right? Like the start of it, you know? Like, it's really an investment for some of these people to become famous, but what do they use it for? What do they use it for? Like, what did you use it for? Nothing. Anyway, I'm just gonna put on this foundation. You cannot really see it. It's just the Fenty Beauty foundation. I just want to put on makeup. Do you hear my voice? It's kind of like going away for no reason, but all right. It's just so if there's one Christian that ever sees the video, they can think it was God trying to make me stop talking about Erika Kirk. I hope you do think that. It's gonna be the most spiritual thing you think in your entire life. Honestly. Right. We weren't going very far after that, but that might be the one singular time that you think of anything that raises your IQ 1%. So, no, but I just don't really get what whiteface is. Like, how does somebody even know if they're doing it? Like, what? Is it having money to have an education, or is it something else? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it like, I'm trying to say, like, people who are not white should not be disproportionately affected by stuff if you want whiteface to be a thing. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like, what's the accusation out there? If you try to, like, look up whiteface, there's, like, not, like, proof that it exists. It's really, like, an underdeveloped concept. Usually you have to develop a concept before you try to tell people it's real and it's out there, you know? There's more understanding and publicity in, like, Slenderman or in, like, a Herobrine in Minecraft from, like, 2012 or something. There's more of, like, an understanding culturally of what that is. Like, more people know about literally anything else. So, it's, weird. No, this is the levitation that she needs people to get tickets to. Is that whiteface is a thing to her. I don't know. I don't really get what that is. Again, it just seems like, how can she go back to, like, colonial times and stuff? You want to know how? You can test it out. See if it's right for you. Stop wearing deodorant. Stop using a bathroom. Stop having a phone. No more Wi-Fi. No more Starbucks. No more whatever you do. No more grocery stores, actually, with, like, refrigerators and stuff. I'm pretty sure, like, no more electricity. You can only use candles now. No more hot water. Probably no more running water, right? I don't know. Maybe you dig your own well or something. I don't know how that's gonna be legal. It doesn't seem right for you, does it? It seems like a lot of work. So I don't know why the rest of it's appealing. It's not. Like, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I don't buy that this is somebody who cares about themselves as much as they pretend to. And I don't really buy her being offended. I think she has that face where, like, you can kind of tell when people pretend to be offended so much, like, all the time. They're, like, practicing visually looking offended when nothing happened, so that they already look offended before something happens. Like, and then they get Botox to fix it, and then they get more Botox because it didn't work. So, did I already say this? I feel like, doesn't that mean she doesn't like people who are not white? Like, was her husband cheating or something? Because what made her hate them so much?
her energy just feels like there's a lot of like slurs. Like I feel like she's using slurs, like running around the house, like just very Republican sounding slurs. I feel like she's trying to normalize like slurs just in general, so. But yeah, I don't really know if her husband was the reason for like a lot of people to get like abortions or something because he was cheating on her all the time or what with like people who were not white, or was that not happening? Because why is she so offended? Maybe because she doesn't seem happy, so. But she doesn't seem sad or grieving. Just angry. Like, not angry he died. Like, you know, happy he's gone, but like still angry at everyone who's not white, so. And her energy has a lot of like racism, so she's gonna be trying to make people feel guilty for like whatever it is that she's already done. Just for that to get reposted on TMZ and to make sure they spread around people feeling like weird, I guess, so. I hate when foundation is like a tiny bit off from, it's like too tan for my skin by a tiny bit. Because then it looks kind of patchy, but I have to take off my glasses to even put it on. So then I can't see anything. So I feel like I'm just running around very patchy. Like, look how bad it is. Can you tell? When I tell you it's bad, it takes me like a long time to go back and like smooth it over and make sure I don't look stupid, okay? But it is like a nice foundation. Like, it doesn't feel ever like bad on my skin. It's just like makeup is so hard to like, look, my skin is peeling and that is happening. Oh, that's just the texture of my skin. You know, it's fine. Is it mostly gone? I think it's pretty good. But maybe I'm blind. I guess like it mostly feels just attention seeking, and like she can't even keep up pretending to like actually believe in whatever she's saying. I get that she's in some kind of fight against Candace Owens, but I don't really know. I don't watch Candace Owens content either because they're both like extremely Republican to me. Actually, if people are even a little bit Republican, I'm like, they're extremely Republican, because it shouldn't even be considered politics to want someone who's like actually not different from you by much to not be able to get a job. Like, how's that politics? It's not giving like political, like it's like mental asylum. Like, I don't see it as politics if you can't understand like basic stuff. So if your comprehension doesn't exist, like, I don't see that as politics. But ew, there was an ant. Ew, how did that happen? There was literally an ant on my skin, dude. But you know what? Yeah, the whole point is, I don't know what would make a woman that mad other than her husband probably cheated on her really bad. Because, to be honest with you, I don't think women, I feel like, get angry like less often than men, right? I think. Unless they're getting like cheated on, then they just go crazy and do anything to make sure they get like justice for that.
especially when there's not like real allegations. She's just like saying random people might be doing whiteface. Don't they have to not be white to do whiteface? Do people who are not white even really know about her? I don't think she has like international appeal, you know? I mean, you know what I mean. I don't think globally people care, and I think only white people in the United States care, and all that. It sounded like I said all kinds of crazy stuff, but her energy is just so disturbing. So, whatever. I just think it's going to be very telling in over the next few years that brain cells are not everywhere, and a few of us got very lucky, and we're going to start standing out for being the only not stupid people. That's what I think. Because some of these dog food eating influencers really only have appeal when the person watching cannot form basic thoughts on their own, and you know, they feel like they don't have to put something in their own words. If somebody like Erika Kirk put together some words that make them feel very seen and understood, sometimes people, it's the same reason some people like poetry, for example. There are some people who will, if they read a poem they like, they'll like take it to their therapist to like show off. Not show off, like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of like tell them, like, here's how I feel in like word form because I couldn't put it in my own words or something, right? You know what I mean? Well, maybe you don't, but like, whatever. I feel like I just, you know. I don't know where some of these people went to have like zero shame. Wait, see, now the makeup actually looks kind of good, I think. Wait. I think I spread it well. Around the lips looks weird, but mostly good. Should Erika Kirk change her name to Colonial Kirk? What do you think? I think it would be a good transition. Oh, it might help her to figure out some stuff way faster. It's taking forever. The world is suffering watching her just be the dumbest. Okay, the world is watching her be the dumbest person ever, and yeah. Did pretending whiteface was a thing make up for the fact her husband died yet? Or is she still like pretend heartbroken over that? Like, what's the plan? What's the plan, you know? The aftermath, though, I don't know if you can even tell how orange my hands are. Face looks fine, but
Hands? Hands? Hands got toasted. I don't know. Soap will not get this off. Exhibit A, soap will not get this off. Okay, it's coming off a little bit, but yeah. Yeah, that's weird. I still don't get what white face even is. It's just like... But ironically, I actually think it's not inclusive to call anything whiteface, because what if they wanted to do like vampire makeup and they wanted the look of like if all of their blood got drained out of their body, and then they wouldn't really have like as much melanin, because I think, right? I don't really know. How does it work? But I feel like what if they wanted like a vampire look where like the aesthetic is like that? Or you know how like in the colonial era, for example, or like around that time or like way after, you know how people would do like kind of like a gothic era makeup? Like they would just put white powder on their face. Even people who have like brown skin would be doing that. Even people, because that was kind of the rules of the era. So in a way, then people with like brown skin are not even allowed to wear what they would have been forced to wear in the era, or something like that, right? I don't really know. I don't really know how it works. Actually, I forgot. Wait, maybe they wouldn't have been forced to wear it because of slavery. They just wouldn't have been allowed to. So what if they wanted to and they didn't get to because it wasn't even inclusive? You know what I'm saying? So maybe whiteface isn't really like a racist thing. It's more of like just inclusive, like being allowed to do it. Because also, I just only think the people who are fully white take seriously like not coming across racist enough and want to force it. I don't really get it, to be honest. I don't get it. Like, I do not get it. Like, so many people are like, oh no, I would never want to look racist. And so many people are like praying about how to look more racist or something. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. That's so funny. I literally just had like a headache for a second. I just thought of her having like blood coming out of her nose and stuff. Like, she just got some stuff going on. That's so funny. No, actually, like, she's just got some stuff going on. None of our business, I guess, but this is what it looks like for her to have whatever she's got going on happening. Maybe some kind of drugs, or she got punched in the face, or both. You know. I'm sure she's got stuff going up her nose every hour, maybe,
Because otherwise, how could somebody really be fine with themselves? Like, trying to be, like, so racist and stuff. I bet she was cheated on either so many times she knows about or so many times she doesn't know about and she can, like, sense it. So, it is what it is. Also, I want to say I just realized how badly I got foundation in my eyebrows. You can't tell in this lighting. That's the other issue. I always accidentally put foundation on my lips and over my eyebrows. So, yeah. There's like a hair in my lip gloss. All of the things that happen. Now, I also want to talk about, I know people are like, oh, colonial, like, fashion, it's just a look, it's just an outfit, it's just a costume, it's just a whatever. It's just the time period. I just literally got something in my eye. Dude. My eyelashes. Okay. Like, actually, so I would never, okay, want to be seen wearing like a fully, like, I would not want to wear like a colonial looking outfit, or like, not only because it's ugly, but don't worry, it's very ugly, but it's not just that. It's like, it's so weird, it's so disturbing. Because I wouldn't want to be like trying to cosplay racism. Does that help? I would never want to look, my makeup is so not blended, but I would never want to look like I'm cosplaying. It's not even about other people only, but like, because I would feel so gross about it. If I were forced at gunpoint to take a photo in a colonial outfit, I would still never post the photo. I mean, again, unless I'm like still at gunpoint, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, then when I leave that environment, I'm just gonna delete the photo. Like, it's not giving good job. If I got paid money to put on a colonial looking outfit, I would never post the photo. I wouldn't stay at the job. I would have a different job. I would get paid for something else, something less racist looking. Because you are who you pretend to be sometimes. You become who you pretend to be, because why were you pretending to be that? You're training your mind to work that way. Like, actually, it's not like, oh, they were pretending. No, like, they started to like go that way, like, because they were training their mind that was a normal way to be. If you're romanticizing the time period, there's no real like, oh, I just took out some of the things that happened. That kind of, for a colonial time period or anything like that, what do you mean? No, all of human history is like totally fucked, dude. Like, it's sort of gonna be weird. Like, but if you're trying to cosplay actual slavery or being somebody who could have owned another person, you have to understand what you're training your mind to like become is not normal. It's not normal, because it's just not normal. I wouldn't want to do it because I wouldn't want somebody to think that I was trying to like look like a white person trying to do it. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm not. What I mean by that is like, in the era, they were a lot dumber. People who had like less obvious features to them would have been like passing, and then could have owned somebody. So you do not want to look like, which again, obviously not okay at all, but it's the whole like mental, the messed up stuff, right? So obviously, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody, like, they would have been like anybody's passing because they're stupid, because that's like the colonial era is like the maximum amount of like stupidity. So, I mean, maybe not if you have like brown eyes, but if you had like blue eyes and you were not white, you still would have been like passing to them because they were like raisin like brains, you know? So you would not want to come across, again, I would not want to look like I'm trying to dress in a colonial way, because especially even if you have like money and stuff, because then it's like the equivalent, because people are working regular jobs. You don't want to look like you're trying to like own people, like the time period. Like if you're trying to pretend to be the time period, people are gonna think it's real, that like that you're trying to be like the time period, and you probably are. Like go to therapy, like real therapy, okay? But as far as I know, I guess like Erika Kirk doesn't really cosplay much of anything except just being even uglier of a person all the time. So just, it's even more deliberate. So it's like 1,000 times a dog whistle, you know? Like it's like deliberately trying to be best friends with the president, hoping you can get some new laws made. That's not normal. Just to affect people who have an experience you don't personally have, that's crazy. I don't know why people can't like see some of these as like a criminal offense, because there shouldn't be so much. Like the president, a president has to have a very serious job. There should not be like politically leaning friends or something, or like influencer friends with publicity. Like, I'm not saying you can't go get like a glass of wine with somebody, but if the conversation's political, you're either leaking information or trying to take some influence, and like it's going too far. They can't tell me what to do. There's caffeine on the house, it's active, radioactive. Loving you felt like dying on the operating table, like climbing a ladder till I give up and fall. Like the anesthesia didn't work, and I feel the creation of every scar. Like a movie I'm chained to.
Wait, really quick, guys, I have to tell you about my GoFundMe for my music career. I have a GoFundMe for my music career starting from $0, raising money for ads to grow my audience and to reach record labels. If things grow, then I will eventually be using that money to turn my YouTube demos into full professional real recordings, and help me to go as far as possible. I bet if you guys will do your best to help me and to invest, you guys could probably turn me into the biggest pop star in the world. It's just going to really depend on how much you guys are willing and able to help me, so please do what you can to help, and I love you. Mwah. Bye.
I have 1 penny to buy this iced coffee, but this is everything you gave me. How did you know the gum on the ground was yours if you've never seen it before? There are no refunds for this part of me. Don't forget where you were when we met. I wanted to be liquidated, but they haven't found me yet. I'll spell it out for you when I'm free. There's disrespect in the water and the liquor can.